everybody, thanks for joining me for another one-man review. Today I'll be taking a look at Tyler Landry's book, Old Caves, which is out from Uncivilized. This is one of the books that Sean sent me. I'm assuming he got this from Tom Kaczynski over at Uncivilized, because Tom is always very kind in giving us books. So thank you, Tom, for sending this over. This is one that I've been looking at off and on, and I was actually really excited to see it show up in my mailbox for free. Really beautiful, quiet little story. You see these very calligraphic, like dry, brushy type of marks here to represent cold and wind and nature. This is about a man who very much wants to just disappear out into the wild. And I think that's something a lot of us have been feeling lately, myself for sure. You see him in his, well, not him, but you see his little snowed-in cabin. I like that Tyler Landry is willing to, because he's showing snow, he's willing to just leave a lot of white on the page and have an isolated element and really land that idea of isolation more strongly because of it. We go in and we meet the main character here and kind of get a sense of who he is. He's very much wants to be a recluse. He's got a book about being a recluse. Also has a number of books about Sasquatches and cryptozoology. So you start to get a sense just through these incidental details of who the character is, what his motivations are, the coziness of a hot cup of coffee, having a simple little meal, living in a log cabin, living that very simple hermit life is being sold in this very, very clearly just through the images as an appealing life. Even going out and doing the hard work like this page here. Really love the paneling as well. A lot of cool stuff throughout. As he's out here working, he's listening to the radio and they're talking about some Bigfoot sightings. So you start to get this sense even more and more that this character is out there living, possibly looking for Bigfoot. That maybe he's not just out there trying to be alone, but he's out there trying to catch a glimpse. Throughout the book, you jump back and forth between the present and a not too far gone past. In the past, this main character, I don't think they ever get names, but this main character has a woman that's staying out with him. They've gone out and kind of escaped society together. Us being out here still seems rather surreal to me. Kind of can't believe our luck being able to cash out and retire as early as we did. And he says, it couldn't come soon enough. She says, I know. So there's a pretty good narrative reason why she eventually leaves, where she winds up going, what happens to their relationship, what happens to her, that really adds motivation and heartbreak to the story for him. But I don't want to give away too much more of this. There's just know that there's a lot of this really type of stark, beautiful imagery, and that it's a really nice little character portrait of this guy and his motivations and obsessions, who he's trying to become, what he's willing to sacrifice to become that. And then a good kind of vague ending that leaves it open enough, obvious enough what the book is about, but open enough that you can kind of make your own little assessment of what the ending is about in the end. But without being so open-ended that you're what the hell was this artist trying to accomplish? Which is a really kind of nice little way to end such a poetic, open, calligraphic, quiet book like this. Really, really beautiful. I'm glad I was finally able to get to read this. And since I'm assuming this came from Tom, thank you so much, Tom. Really appreciate it. So everyone, go support Uncivilized Books, one of the best publishers out there. Get yourself Tyler Landry's Old Caves. House on Fire by Matt Battaglia is just gorgeous book where Matt's kind of making an emotional response to the years of COVID and wrapping that into a sci-fi dystopian future that really the sci-fi dystopian's backgrounded, and you're focused on the emotional journey of two characters in a really beautiful way. And then that's enhanced by Matt's really awesome, loose, kind of Paul Popish dry brush work. And then Sean and Matt have worked to get this second kind of orange spot color in there that's going to look really, really beautiful, and has allowed Matt to use his dry brush technique to add tone to the thing too. So with Sean's production technique, this is going to be a gorgeous book with a lot of heart.